What is patriotism? Define loyalty. Hong Kong's government has decided that patriotism and loyalty means loving not just country, but also the Communist Party. And all public officials must now take a loyalty oath to both. And if they don't, or if they do and appear to be anything less than sincere, they'll be disqualified from office and banned from running for election for the next 5 years. CNN's Chrissy Lee-Stout is with us live from Hong Kong with more details on this. Whatever Beijing wants, Beijing seems to get. You know, this seems another nail in the coffin of democracy there in Hong Kong.
Yeah, at a time of ever-increasing Chinese control here in the territory, plans are underway to make sure that patriots run Hong Kong. We've learned that the Hong Kong government will gazette a bill later this week that will require democratically elected district councillors to take an oath of allegiance and to accept China's direct rule over Hong Kong. Failure to do so would lead to immediate disqualification and a ban from running for office for 5 years. The announcement was made by Eric Tsang. He is Hong Kong's Secretary of Constitutional Mainland Affairs, and this is what he said. We'll bring up the statement for you. According to Eric Tsang, announced late on Tuesday, he said, "You cannot say that you are patriotic, but you do not love the leadership of the Chinese Communist Party or you do not respect it. That does not make sense." He adds this, quote, "Patriotism is holistic love," unquote. He also announced new requirements for anyone who plans to run for public office in Hong Kong, including accepting and respecting national security law, as well as China's sovereignty, including the fact that Hong Kong is an inalienable part of the People's Republic of China, and to not endanger the national security law. If you do so, you would be banned from running for office. Now, Eric Tsang also announced that 4 democratically elected district councillors would be disqualified in the event that this bill passes. These 4 district councillors, they were already disqualified for a legislative council election. One of them is Tiffany Yuan. She worked with Joshua Wong with the pro-democracy Democista movement. She has responded and reacted to this announcement in a statement that she put on social media on both Facebook and Twitter. Tiffany Yuan writes this: "This day is as expected, absurd as usual, angry as usual. When the regime hits us with something like this, it's good for us to just stand firm and accept that. There is no room for us to escape that. We can only do what we can, and as much as we can, for the remaining time," unquote. Now, on Monday, a senior mainland Chinese official made a speech making a call for only patriots to run Hong Kong. And on Tuesday, we heard from Hong Kong's top leader, Chief Executive Carrie Lam, who endorsed that view, saying that changes must be made. Take a listen.
To stop the situation from deteriorating to a point where one country, 2 systems would be difficult to implement, it has always been felt that issues such as national security and political institutions needed to be addressed at the central government level.
This Hong Kong Oath of Allegiance bill will be gazetted later this week. On Friday, it will be presented to the Legislative Council, that is Hong Kong's parliament, on March the 17th. But before then, on March the 5th, that's when China's parliament will start to convene. It is expected that China will impose additional electoral changes on Hong Kong. John.
Yeah, I guess the next step will be what happens on the mainland with China, because the military doesn't swear loyalty to the country, it swears loyalty and allegiance to the party. So is that where this is all heading?
This is about loyalty to the party, and we're going to hear that messaging when the Congress convenes on March the 5th in China. And we're also going to be watching it very closely here in Hong Kong, because what it presents is a very, very dim outlook for democracy here in the territory. You know, more on this announcement about this bill involving the district councillors and why it's so significant. The district council elections were really the only fully democratic institution here in Hong Kong. They were directly elected by the people of Hong Kong. Now we're hearing this announcement that once this bill passes, these democratically elected leaders will be immediately disqualified. All these changes have happened since Beijing imposed that national security law. We've seen lawmakers who were democratically elected disqualified. We saw the national security law education go through the country, Hong Kong schools. In fact, primary school students will be required to learn what it means to collude with foreign forces. Slogans banned, anthems banned. A new political reality in Hong Kong. More changes are expected. John.
Sounds awful. Christy, thank you. Christy Lee-Stout live for us in Hong Kong.
我哋係點解會去到呢個地步，要由中央嘅層面嚟解決香港嘅政治體制，包括係選舉制度一環。夏主任已經不厭其煩咁去回顧翻喺回歸以嚟呢20幾年，每次碰到呢啲比較社會上會有一定嘅爭議性咧，都係會產生 呢一種嘅鼓吹仇視中央仇視特區政府嘅言論。如果我冇記錯咧，夏主任一直係回顧到係2003年首次特區政府咧係希望為基本法第23條，即係維護國家安全立法然後咧就到我哋只係喺學校裏邊推動一啲了解國家發展嘅國民教育跟住就到當然係非法佔中啦亦都係一個政改引起，然後有旺角嘅暴亂，再去到修例事件咁呢一連串嘅事件係令到中央擔心，當然我作為行政長官我都好擔心。咁所以中央喺咁擔心嘅情況之下，為咗讓到個情況唔可以惡化到令一國兩制難以貫徹落實落去呢，係需要由中央層面嚟解決呢個問題。國家安全如是，政治體制如是咁所以都係一貫嘅考慮啦。而司法機構嘅法官嘅委任呢，亦都有清晰嘅規定我睇唔到呢啲基本法咁重要，確保香港司法獨立嘅條文呢會受到任何選舉制度嘅影響。同樣地咧，喺我哋對於愛國者嘅要求裏邊，如果大家睇翻喺基本法第104條裏邊，對於現行公職人員嘅宣誓嘅要求咧，都係要效忠中華人民共和國香港特別行政區同埋擁護基本法咁究竟呢啲具體落實或者將呢啲條文法律化係會點樣做呢？我相信大家好快就知道㗎啦。
基本法效忠香港特區嘅提述，我哋建議喺釋義及通則條例裏面加入擁護基本法效忠特區嘅解釋，目的係為進一步令擁護基本法效忠香港特區嘅法定要求同埋條件更加清晰同埋明確。具體而言，某人如果符合正面嘅清單，就即係符合有關嘅法定要求同埋條件；而佢若果作出或者意圖作出負面清單所列嘅行為，則屬於不符合擁護基本法效忠特區。負面清單嘅行為主要有作出危害國家安全嘅行為或者活動，拒絕承認中華人民共和國對香港特區擁有並行使主權，宣揚或者支持港獨嘅主張，尋求外國政府或者組織干預香港特區嘅事務，作出損害或者有傾向損害基本法裏面以行政長官為主導嘅政治體制秩序，侮辱或者貶損國歌等國家主權象徵標誌等等。